This is a selected page out of the Measurement 2 booklet, and we're going to run through some questions to do with the perimeter or the circumference, that's the distance around our two-dimensional shape, and the area. We're going to start with an easy one here. We'll start with this rectangle right here. We're going to first find the perimeter, and then we'll find the area. So, what is the perimeter of this rectangle? Well, the perimeter is like the distance around. All the way around. That's the perimeter. If we know how far that is, we know the perimeter of that shape. So if we want to add this up, we know that if this is 6.5 decimeters, that's going to be 6.5 decimeters. And we know that if this is 9.25 decimeters, this is going to be 9.25 decimeters. So if we want to know the way all the way around, we can go 6.5 plus 9.25 plus 6.5 plus 9.25. So that would look like, well, let me put the 6.5s together. 6.5 plus 6.5 plus, then I'll put my 9.25s together. 9.25 plus 9.25 is going to be equal to some number of decimeters. And that is going to be equal to 31.5 decimeters. But in your book, you're shown to use some formulas to figure out what the perimeter is, which is a fine thing to do. However, if you forget the formula, it's perfectly fine just to go this plus this plus this plus this. But let's do it the formula way. So the formula way is you do 2 times the length. Usually you consider the length to be the long side, but it doesn't really matter. So 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. So 2 times these short sides is going to be equal to the perimeter. And so if we do 2 times our length, those 2 times 9.25 plus 2 times the width, which is 6.5, equals the perimeter. So 2 times 9.25, that's going to be 2 times 9 is 18, plus 2 times 0.25 is 0.5, so that'll be 18.5, plus 2 times 6.5, 2 times 6 is 12, and 0.5 and 0.5, that's going to make that 13 altogether. And 18 and 13 is 31, so we get 31.5. Those are decimeters, is equal to the perimeter. So you see that whether I just go around and add up the sides individually or whether I use my formula, I come up with 31.5 decimeters for the perimeter of this figure. That means it's 31.5 decimeters all the way around. Now let's quickly do the area of this figure. So the area of a rectangle is going to be the length times the width, or you can just write it as LW, as we fancy algebra people will do. Okay, so the area is equal to the length of 9.25, and I'll bother to write the units down in here, and I'll show you why in a minute, times 6.5 decimeters. Area will be equal to, and when I calculate it, I get 60.125, and I'm just going to go to 1 decimal place here. 60.1. Now decimeters times decimeters makes decimeters squared, or square decimeters.